Real quick, real quick, real quick, with Mike Swick. Real quick, real quick, real quick with Mike Swick podcast.
Ready? Yeah, good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we are here, episode number 15.
Damn.
Yeah, it's coming up fast, man. We had a little bit of a break, it seems like, because episode 14 was a few weeks ago. We are going to pick it back up. We had a huge guest come in.
Yeah.
And it's been super, super busy.
My birthday.
Your birthday. Crazy busy. Obviously, most of you guys know Dana White's came in to Thailand. Long time coming. I've been trying to get him here for a long time. He finally came in, checked out the gym. It was cool, man. What'd you think? What'd you think about meeting? Well, you met Dana before, but what'd you think about hanging out with Dana so much?
Once before, and almost got beat up. And then when, obviously we did the podcast with him, but first face to face, and I know this sounds stupid, and all y'all may think I'm an idiot, but he knew my name whenever I first met him. He's like, "Hey, Marc," and I was like, "Oh." I don't know too many.
I think he was thinking Marc with a K, though.
I don't care. Don't care how he spelled it.
I think that's what he was thinking. It sounded like a hard K.
Yeah. But he's like, "I'm Dana." No shit. You know
what's weird about Dana? Not weird, but he always introduces himself, and he never needs to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I've never been anywhere with Dana where he needs to introduce himself, and every single person he says hi to, very respectfully, he says, "Hi, I'm Dana." And
well, also for him, like obviously when he came to the gym, I mean, hordes of people came to see him. He signed everybody's autograph, took pictures with everybody.
Everyone.
Generally a nice guy. Him and his whole family, just great. Even his security team. Just all, actually we got along pretty well with them. Really nice guys.
Yeah.
We'll see them soon, I hope. But yeah, he's just, the whole family, him especially, just unbelievably nice.
Yeah. It was cool, because I've known Dana for a long time and we've done a lot of PR together. But this is the first time I've had so much time with him where it was like us and him and no one yanking him away to go do this or go do that or check this or, I mean,
I got along great, man.
But I'm just saying, when you're
jealous, so he's taking my buddy from me,
when you're in the UFC and he's at the UFC, he's busy, man. He's swamped. After the UFC, he's either he's still busy. He's going to either this place or that place, or he's tired, or he's getting on a plane to go to another location.
Well, even when we were in the van with him, I mean, he was making calls and deals, which obviously we're not going to talk about. But it's pretty cool to,
He doesn't stop working. It doesn't seem like.
It's like us.
I'm sure when he was on the boat with the family and everything, he was doing his own thing, and we gave him, he had his nice time out there, and I'm sure he had an amazing time. Nice boat, and it's the most beautiful ocean ever. I mean, the islands around here.
Do you know the ocean's name?
Andaman.
Is that how you say it?
I think so. Andaman.
Is it Andaman?
Andaman.
Andaman? I don't know.
Well, when I'm with you, it's Andaman. I'm with you, Andaman.
Because I'm in demand.
Maybe so, but
not into men.
I don't know about that
anymore.
But it's really beautiful outside of Phuket, and he went in the right direction, and so I'm sure he saw a lot of beautiful things, and so
from what I understood, he had a really good time.
Yeah,
we hung out with the family a little bit.
What do you want to say? I want to. Well, for those of you who haven't seen the Tuptim video, I filmed a Tuptim docucast, I guess you'd call it.
Without me too. Thanks.
Yeah, a little docucast. And so what happened was Dana's security team came in the night before. I've been talking with them. Super cool guys, as we've already said. Really awesome. And he had a security detail that flew in before he did. And I met with them the night before he came in, and we went, and the number one priority that Dana wanted to do first was to go see Tuptim. Now, Tuptim was a little girl that he saved back in 2010. Damn. So what happened was, her father, Radichai, was a Muay Thai trainer, champion, in his time, and he was a Muay Thai trainer, and he was a trainer at one of the local gyms, and his daughter she was born with a very serious liver condition, and she needed a liver transplant, I believe, some kind of operation. I think it was a liver transplant, and they didn't have enough money to pay for it. Now,
nobody does.
A crazy thing to think about is in Thailand, it was a $50,000 operation, give or take.
U.S. dollar.
U.S. dollars, yeah. Give or take. But in Thailand, that's a death sentence. Like in America, $50,000 to save your life, you're like, oh, thank God. I was like, come on, $50,000. You know what I mean? I'll get my friends, my family, I'll take a loan out. I'll, do something. You'll get the money. No one's going to die for $50,000. But in Thailand, $50,000 is a death sentence because they don't have that kind of money. A lot of people, a lot of people
Half
don't have.
That is.
Yeah, they don't have that kind of money. So he was trying to get the money, and nobody was. Well, I guess the people who had the money weren't pitching in the money, and then the people who were rallying for him were people that were guests of the gym, and that didn't have a lot of money. So they were trying to raise money and trying to do what they could to get this operation done to save this little girl's life, because time was really running out. I think they were down to 2 weeks or something. It was crazy. And somebody emailed, or not emailed, but somebody, I guess, posted a message to Dana, and it was very stern, caught his attention, and he was like, I think I remember, if I remember the story correctly, it caught his attention. It caught his attention because the way they talked was kind of how he would talk. It was like, you need to pay for this operation. You have the money, do the right thing. And he was like, okay, that's kind of how I would talk. I don't know the full story, but either way, I know he was thinking to himself, I have the money, I can save this girl's life, I want to do it. And he sent the money immediately, saved her life. She's still alive, as if you watch the video that we just posted 2 videos ago.
Yeah, she's right here.
I brought her in the studio, and we talked about the whole situation, and we showed the meeting of Dana and Tuptim for the first time ever, 8 years later. So since he saved her life, I'm his contact in Thailand, so he's been asking me how she's doing and if she's all right, and is she doing good? And so I would check in with ROTC and her gym, and I'd let Dana know that she's doing fine and everything's fine. But he's always wanted to meet her and actually, So when Dana was flying in, that was a high priority to see her first. So
first place y'all went.
First place. So me and the security guys, they flew in and we went straight to his gym, ROTC gym. He has a very small gym, but it's very nice. It's kind of like that traditional Thai style, all Muay Thai. And we went to his gym. We let him know that Dana White's going to be here the next day, and to meet him and to meet Tuptim. And they lost it. They were just, there's posters of Dana in the gym. They were just, this is the guy that saved their daughter's life. So they were just so, he had moved on and opened up his own gym. I don't know if I forgot to say that. And so they were just so excited. So I already got that feeling like, oh man, tomorrow's going to be a good day, Yeah. And we set everything up. We scheduled everything. And Dana flew in the next morning. We picked him up from the airport, took him to his boat. He was staying on a boat. And literally he checked into his boat, put his stuff down, and the very first place we went was ROTC gym, and he met Tuptim, and we filmed the entire thing. I wanted to film it, because the thing is, Dana didn't make a big deal out of this. So he saved this girl's life 8 years ago, and if you look at the press right now, it looks like he just did it. Some of the press is making it out like he just did it, and I filmed it, so they're like, oh, it's a publicity stunt and all that. It's like, first of all, fuck you guys, because it doesn't matter if it's a publicity stunt or not. He saved somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Well, I saw their comments too. It's like, oh, that's like $7 to him.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Second of all, this was 10 years ago. He didn't sell the UFC yet, or
it's like people don't even think. It's like he saved somebody's life. Even if it was a publicity stunt, who cares? Yeah. Who gives a shit? He saved somebody's life, but it wasn't. He saved this girl's life 8 years ago in 2010, completely under the radar, because now everybody's finding out, right? Just because he met her. And so I wanted to film it, and I wanted to capture the moment, make sure it was okay with him and his team and everything. They're like, fine, do what you want, And so we had our film crew there, and we filmed literally everything from the second we pulled up till the meeting. He toured the gym. We watched her do pad work. We interviewed her a little bit. She's super happy. And man,
little girl.
I'll be honest with you, it was a touching moment, man.
The family too. When we saw him at the fights too.
Yeah, so then I had already planned to take Dana to the Muay Thai fights, Bangla Stadium, and we didn't have anyone fighting. Coincidentally, when we went to ROTC gym, they had 2 fighters fighting. So it's kind of cool to know they were going to be there, though we were going to invite them anyway. And Dana's request was to sit with Tuptim. So we rented the front row of we bought the front row of the stadium, and he sat with Tuptim the entire fight.
Again, just like he did here, signed all the autographs, took pictures well after the stadium closed down, remember?
I will say this, and I swear, whether you believe it or not, we were the last people to walk out of the stadium. Yeah. They had already folded the chairs and the lights were off. He literally shook every single person's hand that wanted to shake his hand and took a photo with everyone. Literally everyone.
Yeah, it's good feel good stories like that.
Yeah.
Because there's so much bad shit that happens. You know, it's like, well, you know what? I don't think. Can we tell? Do you remember Jackson in Austin, Texas?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that was a good story. That don't get me wrong, it's cool. You know,
We stayed in touch for a long time. Yeah. He beat everything. Yeah.
We you know, like, don't get me wrong, like hanging out with you, it's cool doing the, you know, all the free UFC stuff and hanging out and meeting all the fighters and stuff, and that's always neat and fun and all that. And besides prom, I'd never been in a limo without you. You didn't go to prom with my group, did you?
No, I didn't.
Remember. Anyway,
I was with a cool group.
I was by myself. That's why, in a taxi.
Driving, but go ahead.
Yeah, my mom dropped me off. It was very sweet of her. No, so we're in Austin, Texas, doing a, obviously, at the time you were living in California, I was living in Houston. So you're like, hey, come meet me up here. We're doing, so there was some kind of fight somebody had you come to. And we're in a hotel downtown Austin.
Yep.
And for some reason, I don't know how, this guy named Jackson, he's an 8-year-old little boy.
It was on, I want to say it was MySpace.
Yeah.
But it could have been Facebook. But I think it was MySpace or something. They messaged me and they said, I see, because I had posted a picture or something. Yeah. I see you're in Austin. How long are you in Austin for? It was his mother.
Yeah.
And he's like, my son has cancer and he's been battling it. He wants to meet you. He's a big fan. And we kind of arranged it from there.
Yeah. When that family showed up.
You were there for that. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was like I said, man, I hope I don't again tear up again. I almost cried during the Cody one. But no, whenever that family showed up and he had that picture of you,
yeah,
you know, y'all two like hanging out at a park or something like that, and you know, he's 8 years old and he just comes running to you and he's so happy, and like the family's crying, so I start crying.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were crying, sorry to admit. But taking pictures, you know, I was, you know, taking pictures for you and for the family and stuff, and that was like, you know, I mean, it's neat being your friend and all that, but that was pretty cool. That was probably the best to this day too.
But that shows you like how powerful, if that moment was powerful to you, imagine that moment that Dana had.
Oh, I know, exactly.
Because like I didn't save his life, you know. I just met him, hung out with him.
You just made his day.
And stayed in touch with him for, you know, we still, you know.
Yeah. Jackson, you put him as your profile picture and all that stuff.
Yeah, he still sends me messages.
So if they're watching, let's hear from Jackson. I haven't heard from him in good, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
I think it's because this was, God.
I'll get a message here and there. Everything's okay. And
this was like 2007, 8, seems like.
It's a long time ago, man.
Was Facebook wasn't even around then.
It was a long time ago.
We actually had to like write letters to each other. We couldn't just send stuff, you know.
Postal. No, but anyway, so that shows you though, like, I mean, that was a great experience and a great moment, but I just met him and we had fun and I supported him and kind of inspired him. But, you know, for someone to save someone's life, and then we're hanging out with that person. And then going back to that Muay Thai fight, at the very end of the Muay Thai fight, and everybody was literally leaving, it was only us and Tuptim and her family and a few of the people that were around. And Dana said that he was going to take her to the fights. So he said, I'm going to take all you guys to Vegas. You're going to come to Vegas with me. I'm going to show you everything. And I believe he said go to a fight or see the training center or something like that. And the dad almost lost it again. Well, he did lose it, I'll be honest. But yeah, that was a cool moment, man.
I did too, I think.
I
guess I cry a lot in Thailand. Yeah. I don't know why.
He's a good dude, man, you know? He's a really good dude.
Yeah.
And,
you've known him a while.
He's done a lot of good stuff. And the thing is, another thing about Dana is he'll do these things. I've seen him do them multiple times. Like, he'll do good deeds and he won't say anything and it'll go under the radar, right? And then a lot of times when he catches hell about things, like, I'm not going to get into the whole, like, you know, the arguments against Dana and UFC and all that between the fighters and all this kind of stuff. But a lot of times when he does things that people come against him for and battle him about, a lot of those things aren't his fault. Like, I've been there and he could have easily debunked them. Like, he could easily, like, you know, argue and explain. It's not my fault because of this reason, but he just doesn't.
It's a waste of his time to explain himself.
But it's weird for me because I'm just like, why don't you just tell him, in my opinion, in my mind, I'm thinking like, why don't you just tell him this, this, and this, and then they'll understand, and then they won't be so hard on you, or they won't say the things they're saying, because then they'll be like, oh wow, okay, that makes sense, you know. He just doesn't care.
But also too, not to do exact amounts or whatever, but whenever he was paying for items all around Thailand, I mean, he was extremely overpaying, so he made a lot of people's days.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a good tipper. Yeah. We can say that. I think there's no secret in that.
Yeah, he's
and then in Thailand, he's a really, really good tipper.
Oh, because
they're used to not getting tips at all.
Ooh.
So,
man,
I thought I tipped decent.
I wish I sold coconuts. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, he spoiled our
all
stuff.
around good guy. So,
but it was, and
he's welcome back anytime. By the way, I told him that.
Yeah, he had a good impression on us, so we'll invite him back.
He was all right. He was pretty fun.
And you know, I'll say this too, that aside from the Tuptim thing, that was a huge beginning. I mean, that was a start to a great trip right there. And then seeing her again at the fights and all that, we got to see some other stuff, some animals, and some cool local activities, and some of the most interesting places, I guess, around this area. But I will say, I was super proud to bring him to AKA Thailand.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, I've been telling him about the gym, sending him photos and videos, and he's been following it for 4 years since we started building, I guess 4.5 years. And so he knows like how tough it's been to do it over here. And
well, like when he came to me and said, I'm so proud of what you've done, and you know, I'm like, look, hey, you know, nothing compared to obviously what you and, you know, the investors and all that have done. And it's just like, I was proud. I was proud for you, you know, and it's the fact that I could just imagine how you were feeling. I mean,
yeah, it was cool.
He was real adamant about being happy for you.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, you know. I mean, the guy's got 2 billion things he can do a day.
Yeah.
For him to spend pretty much the whole day over.
And he gave us the best review ever.
Yeah.
We'll have to play that video.
Sure
we'll play the video on the podcast right now. I'm here with the big boss man, Dana White.
No. I'm here with Mike Swick. We're here in AKA Thailand. This is my first time here. I've always wanted to come here. I know you want to come here. You can't fucking believe the place that this kid has built here. It's incredible. There's people here from all over the world. Some people are just coming to buy t-shirts. Some people are coming to train. Some people are staying here for days and months in training. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. You have to come check out AKA Thailand.
Wow.
He did it.
Thank you, man. Dude, thank you. He's being nice. But, yeah, so he gave us a great review, and he genuinely had fun, man. We showed him the whole facility, and he saw just kind of what I was trying to build, and he knew what I was trying to build, but I think he never got the full grasp of it until he was there walking on site.
Well, nobody does. Even like I said, my job, you know, obviously everybody knows that I do the emails and all that stuff, and when they actually show up and I send them pictures, nothing until you see it in person. So for him to appreciate it.
Let me ask you this. How weird is it that at my mom's house, when was it? How long ago was it?
2008. God, 10 years ago.
How do you know dates so well?
I've been on so many with many women. That's not true. But I don't know. It's all the documentaries I watch. I equate it to when famous people die.
If you remember, we're staying up to like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. every single night.
Going to Walmart,
getting paper, getting pens. And we literally drew out, and not only were we doing the finances and budgeting and all this kind of stuff, we were drawing out the buildings and like all these things we had in our head. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about all this. I want to put this here and this here. And to see like that go from napkins and paper. It started with napkins. Then we went and got paper.
Yeah, we
moved up and got paper, and then drew the
crayons,
gym buildings and everything. And then from that, we went to a friend of a friend who had a CAD program, and you happened to be here for that.
Yeah.
And we sat in the hotel room for like 3 days, putting it on CAD.
Remember, I drew the logo, then we had to change the name of the gym.
Yeah, the old logo.
Yeah.
We changed the name 3 times.
It happens. Yeah.
But
I still got the shirts.
Yeah, and so then
why would you make shirts before you build a gym? You were so excited.
I was so excited. Dude, I have all the shirts of the gyms that we never made. Yeah. They're vintage.
So pointless.
It was cool though. I was excited, man.
Yeah,
and I had a t-shirt factory. I still do. So it was like I print everything.
Are you talking about Spartan Screen Printing located in San Jose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So SpartanScreenPrinting.com. So anyway, yeah. So we planned it all, and then we went to the CAD program with the friend of a friend who could actually input all those things and make buildings.
Remember seeing it in 3D?
Then we could see it in 3D, and then that was like cool. Another wow.
God, that was, you know when that was? That was, dude, that's literally, because remember, I turned 33 here for that, so I just turned 38, so that was 5 years ago, literally right around this time.
Wow.
Because I came for my birthday, remember, when I turned 33.
Yeah.
Which, that was a fun night. But, yeah, it was 5 years ago almost to the day. So that's crazy how it's come from that to Dana White bringing his family, you know?
Yeah. And then from the CAD to the architect, the building plans, the construction. But yeah, it's cool. Anyway, long story short, it was cool to have Dana finally come on site and see the gym, and man, he was overwhelming. He said he'd never seen nothing like it. That's a huge compliment. And
well, that the promo he does will speak for itself, you know.
Yeah.
So
we got some cool things coming up, and then his kids trained. It was nice.
Yeah.
So
kids are actually really good.
Yeah. So
I guess when your father's the president of the UFC,
it was cool watching his kids.
Not only have seen a fight or two.
Dana come, but his kids trained at the gym, and they were working with some of our top trainers and doing Muay Thai. One of his sons is a boxer, so he was doing more boxing. And
what's cool is you'd figure, since he's such an elite guy, celebrity and all that stuff, he didn't care who else was at the gym. He just trained alongside everybody else, and like he didn't, I need it shut down for, he's not that kind of guy. So
and everyone was harassed. Well, luckily we timed it when it was the most deadest part of the day, and it was still a lot of people that came up.
Well, they heard he was coming, so once one Instagram post gets out,
and we were very, very careful with because we didn't want to let people know where we were going to be until we got there. And then his security detail is very good. I mean, he's like a president, like a legitimate president moving around.
He is of the UFC.
I know, but I mean, his security is like a real president. So that was cool, man. That was really cool.
We're going to see him again soon.
And we will. We're going to go to Perth. Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
Not fighting Robert Whittaker, though.
No. It's kind of a shame.
Romero. So that just got changed yesterday. I think that broke last night here in Thailand.
Yeah.
I think right when I went to bed, last thing I looked at on my phone, and it was like, I didn't even find out from Hav or anything yet. I found out from the internet.
Do you think they know?
I hope so. Yeah, they know. I talked to Luke today. Luke's going to be on the podcast this week, so
another superstar.
Yeah, another AKA guy. I know. I was trying to venture
talking to these big celebrities.
I was trying to venture away from AKA guys for a little while, but they keep breaking the news, and they're fighting for titles and championships.
Quit producing champions, and then we'll go to other gyms.
So I was talking to Luke. Not only is Luke coming here after his fight, him, Bob Cook, Javier Mendez, the whole crew's coming after that fight.
That should be fun.
So they're going to be coming here. So we're going to shove them all in the studio and have like a crazy reunion.
Because Javier and Luke have both been here before. So this will be Bob's first time.
This will be our first time with the studio.
Well, is there enough room?
So this is where we're going to have the whole like AK reunion of like kind of like how it was coming up and like where we are now. And hopefully Luke has that shiny interim belt. God, if he brings that belt in here, I might steal it. I might take it.
That's not the way you get a belt, Mike.
I know, but that's the only way I'm going to get a belt.
No,
Marc.
Stop.
But
I almost bought you one at Walmart that night we were talking about.
Yeah.
A little plastic one. That was kind of a dick move on my part, but
So Luke's going to be on the podcast via Skype this week to talk about the fight and just see how he's doing, see what he's been up to. We're scheduling it right now, so I can't post exactly when we're going to have him on there, but we are going to do it this week. We're going to do another one this week. I'm pretty sure if we hit this million view mark.
Oh my God!
Our YouTube channel
I can't believe how much
right there at 1 million views almost.
On January 23rd, this will air way before then, but on the 23rd it'll hit exactly 6 months since the day we put the first chair in here. Right?
Yeah.
We didn't even do a podcast yet, so since it's been 6 months in the making. We have a lot.
Only 15 podcasts.
This is the 15th, yes.
Now, I get we haven't been doing a lot of podcasts. We're going to change that now and just start doing like this, even if we have a guest or not. We've been trying to just get big guests and do that. Now we're going to
start off strong.
Yeah, now we're just going to start doing, we've been doing recaps. So we're going to do recaps of the UFCs. We're going to do, obviously, our guests in studio, like Cody Garbrandt. We're going to have our Skypes with like guys like Luke and whoever's in the news and wants to be on the podcast. And even though this isn't a news podcast, it's more of a lifestyle podcast, but
it's new to me.
yeah. But so it's gonna be cool having Luke here. And
so like, I mean, to touch back what you're saying, as of right now, what, 956,000
something like that views. Yeah. So I think within a week we'll hit 1 million. So we're gonna do the Luke podcast. That'll be one. Then we're gonna do 1 million views podcast. Just kind of recap a little bit of what we've done in the first.
Some highlights.
That'll be the 16th or 17th episode, 17th probably, and we'll definitely do a recap of that fight when that comes up.
Yeah, with DC fighting,
and then DC's fighting next
on
another AKA fighter,
another championship fight,
and then we got Khabib. So I know it seems like I'm really biased, but like all the major stars right now are AKA. What can we do? I mean, Khabib, look at his fight with Romero. Oh my God, Romero, Jesus, Barboza. What am I talking? I'm still stuck on the Luke fight. Barboza, man, that was a phenomenal fight. And I said it before, but like, man, it's very rare that you see a fight where it's a 10-8 round, and you're basically telling them, you're basically looking at the guy who's losing and saying he's doing everything right.
Well, and he's
impressive. He's landing those kicks from short distances. Like Khabib was coming in and closing the distance so fast, and he was still getting that leg kick off, spinning heel kick. He was still getting it off. So he was doing everything right, but just it wasn't enough, man.
Like I said, you even discussed it. We had some other big-name UFC personalities come in and discuss it with them, and they said the same thing, So mean, it's never been done before, so.
I will say I had a little discussion with Dana on this trip. It's nothing like secret or anything, but in my opinion, I didn't think Conor McGregor would fight Khabib. I tell everyone that. I don't tell everyone that. I just share my opinion of that.
Who would now?
Because I don't think, I mean, Dana may have changed my opinion, but I wouldn't have thought Conor would ever fight Khabib. I think his best fight is Ferguson. He has the interim belt. It just makes sense that he gets that fight, makes his money, tries to win, hopefully gets a win, and then, can make his big payday.
A fan standpoint, it doesn't go on like that. What is that boxing crap? What was Mayweather and Pacquiao, where it was 9 years and then.
No. It's gonna.
I know it won't
go
that long. I know, but I just want it to hurry up and start and go. Like, I'm sick of just talking about it.
But I mentioned the whole thing with Khabib, and I was just like, man, Conor's not going to fight Khabib, and that's the big fight. That's the fight everybody wants to see, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt that's the fight people want to see, and he can't just jump ahead of Ferguson, because that's just. I mean, they both have belts. They have to fight, but that's the fight everybody wants to see. But Dana said, man, he said that Conor would fight anyone, and I mean, he was steadfast in that. So, I mean, he knows Conor better than I do. I mean, he's hung out with Conor a lot more. So Conor, I mean, and I have all the respect in the world for Conor. I don't think he has a chance against beating Khabib, but I have all the respect in the world for someone like Conor, man. He's done an amazing job with his career. He's talked the talk. He's backed it up. He's fought everyone. And I do kind of, after hearing Dana say that and just kind of looking at his career, I do believe he'll fight anyone. I mean, he's just that type of guy that he'll put it on the line.
Now it's got to be for an extremely a lot of money. You know what I mean? So that's
what I'm worried about, man. I'm really worried that like he's going to not overprice himself, but I'm saying he's gonna want too much and it might not work out, and then we never get to see this fight. Yeah, because I do want to see. I mean, of course, I want to see.
Like I said, the Pacquiao Mayweather.
Yeah, I want to see the Ferguson
900
fight.
million. And I was like, come on. Man.
I mean, I want to see him fight Ferguson. That'd be fine too. And I think Khabib just said he would fight someone else. I think Khabib just said he would fight Alvarez.
I think Khabib will fight just for the plane ride.
Yeah,
I don't think he cares about money.
But I think he just said he'll fight Alvarez just to wait. Like, the dude's a machine. He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care, man. So he's gonna take a fight with a tough opponent with Alvarez. If Conor fights Ferguson, and then he'll wait and fight the winner of that. But I just hope, man. I really, really hope it happens. I'm really scared it's not going to happen.
Champions right now? Seems like every weight class is an interim champion.
There's a lot.
It's like, come on.
There's just a lot of weird things happening, you know?
It happens.
I mean, like Whitaker getting injured. I mean, that's just a freak thing. And, hats off that they're making this an interim championship, because Luke now has a chance to be an interim champion again, at least.
Romero's a beast, though, man. And I love Rockhold. I'm pulling for him 100%, but I would almost rather him fight Whitaker.
They fought a lot of the same guys, which is interesting. Yeah,
they beat them all, too, each other.
And obviously...
this fight makes sense. I get it.
I mean, Rockhold had a little bit more submission victories over these guys.
But it would have been nice to go into Perth, have an AKA guy beat an Australian guy for the title.
Yeah.
But it'll still be fun.
But I will say I do like Whitaker.
Oh, great.
I think he's a good guy, but... I mean, Luke's my boy, you know what I mean? So whoever Luke fights, man, it doesn't matter.
Got a lot of history with him.
I love Luke. But, yeah, it's going to be a different fight, man. And the thing is, I think with his fight against Bisping being caught like that, I have to assume that Romero's game plan is going to be to catch him. He's going to try and land that punch. And, man, he's done it time and time again. He's knocked out 10 of his 12 wins are knockouts.
Yeah. It's not going to be a submission.
No, and no one's going to, I don't think, submit Luke.
I think Luke will submit him, though. That's my theory.
Yeah, and he's going to have a better gas tank. He's going to outwork him. I think he can stay on the outside and
starting
move.
a short camp, so
yeah.
Technically, I'm sure
if he does the camp right and he goes out there and fights the right fight, I think he's going to win this fight pretty handily.
It'll be fun
as long as he just avoids those big shots. But when you're fighting a powerhouse like that, any second, man, it could change everything. Yeah, so it's going to be a really good fight, and can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
and that's I'm excited to go, because like we've been here for so long, man. We've been swamped at the gym. It's been high season.
We had to sneak away to Singapore for the Holly Holm fight.
Yeah,
for your birthday.
But how cool is it gonna be to go to Australia for Luke?
I've never been to Australia, man.
Oh, you've never been?
No,
that's right, you haven't. I feel like I've carried you everywhere.
Wow, really? Okay, I didn't know we were going that route. Well, had you fought more than once every 6 years, I could have gone to more of your fights.
I know, I never fought in Australia. I've been there a few times.
Is that too much?
No. Hey, 15 fights still.
Well, this is the first fight ever in Perth, though, huh? So
is it? It is, huh?
Yeah, I think
they've been pushing for getting it legalized there, right? Or something?
Soa was pretty instrumental in that, apparently.
Is he?
Getting
getting
the licensing or whatever, the commission to agree. So he'll be there. Obviously, some other AKA favorites, Marc Hunt.
Yeah,
he's fighting that night.
I wonder how early Luke's going. I got to talk to Hoff. It might be worth coming to AKA Thailand for a little while, you know.
Who?
On his way in.
Luke?
Yeah. I don't know what the time difference is between California and Australia. I don't know if it would help to go to Thailand for maybe a week or two. And then
here it's a 6-hour difference between here and Australia. I believe Perth.
That's what I'm saying. It's not as far, though.
No.
So I'm saying like it might be worth coming for
instead of it being a
week or two,
ride,
finish up his camp.
Yeah.
He's going to ask. But he's also training with some other people as well, so I don't know.
It's kind of tough, kind of last minute for us to get him in. But, I mean, he'll come afterwards. You know that for a fact.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be a cool trip, though, man.
I'm looking forward to it a lot.
You've been here. How long have you been to Thailand? Or how long have you been in Thailand this trip?
This time, without going back to the U.S., 1 year and 4 days.
Wow.
I've been here, seems like forever.
I don't think I've ever been here an entire year.
No, you haven't.
I think you got me on that one, buddy.
Well, like I said, besides the Singapore 2-day trip or 3-day trip, I haven't left Thailand soil. I don't even know if there's still beaches around here. So much work at the old AKA, you know?
Yeah.
Getting busy, so it's good. You know, don't get me wrong. So it'd be nice to get away for, how long are we going for? 2-3 months?
Yeah.
5 days?
5 days.
All right, shit. I had to ask.
5 days. It's going to be a good fight.
Be good to run in Ty's fight the night?
Yeah.
I think we get him on here. Ty Tiavasa, however people want to say it. He fought one time in the UFC, and it was a flying knee knockout against a guy from Texas.
Marc Hunt fighting.
They're I can't remember the other guy's name. Their cousins fighting. That's just a bunch of obviously a bunch of Australian fighters.
Yeah.
So, and we got a shout out to not to name drop, but thanks Nick Netanui.
Yeah,
for giving me a place to stay. He's an old podcast. He's actually a really funny guy. If y'all go back and
go back and watch that. That was a good podcast, and it
really
didn't get a lot of views.
It's because, if those who haven't seen it, Nick Netanui is a superstar AFL player, Australian rules football.
He's like super fan. When he came here and we went out,
he couldn't.
People went crazy. Feet. Yeah.
So it's a really funny, good podcast. You know, it talks about, and we don't even talk about AFL because we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
You know? But you know, it was just good stories and good. You know, there's some good tales in there. You know,
if you want to kind of know what it's like to hang out with us in Thailand, that's a great one to watch.
Yeah, that is.
Or listen
is a good one.
Because we took Natanui out and hit the town, and I think that was one of our better conversations we've had as far as like our time spent in Thailand together. So that was a good one.
He was only here a week too.
So if you can, go back and check that one out. I don't know what episode that was. I have no idea, but it was
you guys, how are y'all not watching the outtakes?
He's really, really offended, guys.
I had some really good damn jokes on that shit. I make fun of O.J. Simpson. That's always good.
Yeah, but man, they were harsh.
Who cares?
And very controversial.
Oh, no, they're not.
But he's really offended.
Nobody thinks O.J. Simpson like, oh, NFL Hall of Famer. They think his post-career, what he did. So, you know, maybe I touched on that a little bit.
What he allegedly did.
Yeah. Allegedly.
But, yeah, he's really offended that you guys haven't watched our outtake video.
I think you are too for bringing it back up.
No, but for some reason nobody's wanting to watch it, and it is actually really funny. I'll be honest.
That's when I'm dressed.
It's a little controversial, and it's a little over the top. I'll be honest, but after 2 months, I went ahead and posted it because you just kept on and on.
How good did we look in that though?
On.
How good did we dress in that thing?
We dressed sharp.
Looked sharp.
Yeah, we did dress sharp.
Woo. Well, you guys are missing out.
We dressed like it was the prom, but then we just laughed like hyenas with dumb jokes.
Now I know why I didn't go to prom or not with you, but, you know, as a group.
Because I dressed too nice.
No, it's because you were in...
You can't make fun of my style now, bro.
Why not?
You just can't.
Oh, God. All right, for those who haven't seen it yet.
Don't start.
I am.
Hey,
I'm proud of you, man. Like, if I did something, no matter how homosexual it is, you'd still be proud of me. But I will say, Esquire Magazine came and did a photo shoot with you. That was pretty impressive.
But I will say it was due to the fact of AK. It was a feature on AKA Thailand. It doesn't
matter. Who cares?
And fashion mixed.
Who cares?
It wasn't necessarily just
If
fashion.
Ava Mendez wanted to hang out with me for a weekend just because of AKA Thailand, tough shit. Yeah. Who cares the reasoning? It still happened.
It happened. I mean, the magazine is already out. We actually just got it.
Can we put a picture of you right here?
No.
No, you don't want to do that?
No.
Damn it.
We just got the magazines in though, so that's cool. They did like a 4-page spread on AKA Thailand and the whole story kind of behind the build and the day-to-day operations.
How many magazines did you get?
They sent me a bunch. You saw. I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we should have gotten over there. Anyway,
she said there was a box of them or something.
Yeah. So,
but and then they put me in all kinds of cool fashion. So
some high class stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Like I said, still, I mean, you know, that's cool. How many people can say that?
I just want to say for the record though, for how many months now you've been making fun of me for
fucking those skinny jeans, man?
Because you've been making fun of my fashion for like.
This guy wears skinny jeans for a week and a half, and then Esquire Magazine, hey, will you do a photo shoot? God, I was so pissed.
It wasn't a week and a half.
Oh,
but that's what you get.
3
That's
weeks,
karma.
Tops.
That's karma for making fun of your boy.
They can look back and see when you switched to
I don't
skinny
want to
jeans.
dress like I dressed in high school, dude. You got to keep up with the times. And we're kind of in Europe, so we got to have that Euro kind of style.
Kind of in Europe.
Well, sort of.
We're in Asia.
Yeah, but the people who come here
Let me get you
are
a map.
primarily European.
I'm going to sneak a
or
map
Russian.
into one of your magazines.
And Russian is just as stylish as European. In fact, I base my style on Russia more than
Well, then you're
anywhere
wearing
else.
Adidas nonstop.
Adidas tracksuits.
Yeah.
No, not new Russians, brother.
Gopniks.
No, yeah, not the Gopniks.
They're nice people, though.
But
anyway.
yeah, so having to after making fun of me for 2 months.
See, I told you it was
Because
2
I went to
months.
Russia and I got some new clothes, got my new style and everything, and he just made fun of me so bad.
I couldn't believe it.
And the
when
whole time, and then when Esquire showed up, man, there was nothing worse in Marc's life than having to sit
had to
there and
eat my
watch
words.
Esquire do a photo shoot.
I even jumped in on some of the photos just to piss
Yeah.
you off. In my
You
old
pissed me
style.
off, dude. That's good.
Nah, no.
They cut him.
Yeah, no, I'm not in the magazine. They left that out. They were just being nice, but what can you do?
But no, that's cool, man. A lot of things happening. You know, it's a success of the gym, man. Like I said, it started out as a dream, and it's just it just shows you that you just push forward, man. And
It was all a dream. Now you read Esquire Magazine.
Are you trying to say nice?
Dana White and Marc all up in the limousine.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Man, I should rap on this more often. Huh?
You should. You should.
Yeah, nobody cares.
You have bars, bro.
Been behind bars, but
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen his behind the bar story, it's at 20,000 views right now.
is it really?
Yeah, it's one to watch.
I try not to relive that.
Marc
night.
Bogutski's Thai prison story.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something.
Ah,
But anyway, yeah. So man, it's great to see the success of the gym, and I know we talk about the gym a lot, but this is what we're doing here. You know, I mean, and this is why we have the guests we have.
70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah, and it's
Just there.
It's growing fast, man. We're getting a lot of people there, so definitely want to shout out to the gym, AKAThailand.com. Check out our social media, MikeSwick.com, obviously as well.
SpartanScreenPrinting.com.
SpartanScreenPrinting.com. Starfish Concept, who set up the Esquire shoot and is doing a lot of PR marketing for myself and for the gym in June. So she's
Shout
done
out
a
to
lot.
the clothes you're wearing too.
Yeah.
Those are pretty snazzy. Am I saying that right? Is that why I don't
guess.
wear them? Because that's not a right word.
Yeah. So what about the skinny jeans? Okay, so we got Marc some skinny jeans.
Yeah.
We didn't, but some of the guys at the gym.
Doug,
pitched
our
in.
old cameraman, and
Yeah, he pitched in and bought Marc some skinny jeans.
and our yoga instructor.
and
For
you
some
tried
reason-
them on. Dude, what happened? Why'd you go back to the high school jeans?
Oh, because they were skinny jeans.
Yeah, but that's what you're supposed to wear.
Yeah.
bro.
Okay. Really? If people start wearing bras tomorrow, I'm not going to do it just because. I look like an idiot in those skinny jeans.
You look sharp, bro.
I'm 6'5".
You
Tall
wear-
men do not use.
But you wear
skinny
pink
jeans.
shirts with yellow stitching and blue buttons.
First of all, that's salmon and mauve. All right. So
Salmon.
yeah, it's not pink.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay, so you wear salmon shirts.
White Zinfandel is what.
And what about your yellow shirt? You
Looks
look like a
amazing.
banana.
Why are you so jealous, dude?
I'm just saying, how can you have so much style from the waist up, but then from the waist down, it's just like you just give up. It's like you put a nice shirt on, you look in the mirror,
Look, you know I've got nice
and then
slacks.
you're just like, that's
When the
enough.
VIPs come in, you know I wear nice slacks and all that stuff. But just as far as jeans go, I don't need them to cut off my circulation to my ankles. There's no reason for that. I don't have
They're
a
not that
skateboard.
tight, bro.
Yeah, they are.
You don't have to get. Well, they got you a little bit more skinny than usual.
Yeah, they
just
look like
you look like a flamingo walking around.
I look like I was going to do the luge. Have you seen the pants they wear in the luge in the Olympics?
I get it.
They're real tight, Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not my thing, man. I mean, and thank you very much to those who bought me those. But I just
spent all their hard-earned money on that, dude.
Not my problem.
And you wore them for like 5 minutes. Then back to your high school jeans.
They're not high school jeans, Dick.
Yeah, they are, bro. They shouldn't be that.
Let's talk about your high school
You shouldn't
days.
be able to fit 2 legs in one pant.
What did you wear to high school? First week
of high school or high
What'd
school
you
with
wear?
you?
No.
Oh, here we go. I know where this is going. How much time do we have left?
Sergeant Michael Timothy Swick over here.
That's what Mask used to call me. Is that what you're talking about?
Did he know you were in?
No, he didn't.
He didn't know you were in ROTC.
Mask just thought I looked
Mike
like
was in. Hold on, no stop. You were in ROTC.
Embarrassed Mike time. All right.
Fuck, dude. You've given me some weird excuses, and I don't care.
I'm gonna give you some more now.
I don't give a shit. You were in ROTC, so we were all gonna go hang out one night. We're all met at school,
and I'm not bagging on ROTC when I make these excuses.
No, but
kind of.
It just, I mean, it is what it is. You were wearing a uniform, and
I wasn't wearing a uniform.
Yeah, you were.
I don't think I ever wore the uniform.
I think you did.
No.
In my
let me explain what happened. Let me explain how this happened. Okay, so I'm from small town Texas.
Yeehaw.
I'm a Texas boy, and I grew up on a farm, in a ranch, and I broke horses.
In Brenham?
Yeah, that's a ranch.
Where I went to.
Yeah,
it was one horse.
It was but we had like a
breaking horses. It's not like you were in the plains in West Texas and cowboy hat and dusters. You had one horse,
dude. But in Katy, we had a huge ranch.
I never saw the Katy one.
We had like 70 horses. Not all ours, but people that boarded the horses at our barn. And then in Brenham, we had like probably five horses there, and it was like a 12 stall barn. And yeah, so I grew up picking stalls, breaking horses, living in the country.
What is breaking horses?
You don't even know that?
Sexual.
We never talked about
from
this?
Houston, man. We had cars and air conditioning and running water.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that till later in life.
Yeah, I don't know what a breaking a horse is.
Okay, so breaking a horse is when.
How did I not know this?
Okay, so horses don't. You don't just jump on a horse naturally and go, and it just trots off into the sunset. That doesn't happen. You first get on the horse and it bucks the shit out of you for like 30 minutes and tries to kill you.
It bucks?
Oh,
is that what you said?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Make sure there's a B in there.
Horses naturally do not like you sitting on top of them.
Really?
Absolutely. So first you halter break them. So you put a halter, which is the headgear, right?
I can't believe we're talking about this.
And
we're going to lose so many viewers.
You turn them around. This is interesting. You turn them around until they walk in bigger circles, and they goes bigger and bigger and bigger, and they finally walk them. And then you have to get on the horse. Somebody has to get on the horse, and they have to just ride it till it stops bucking. And that was me.
So you would just ride wild horses?
I would have to. I'd have to.
I met you when you were 16. Were you 9 doing this?
Yeah, probably. So I would have to. They'd saddle the horse. I have to get on the horse, and I'd ride it until it quit bucking, or I'd fall off and I'd get back on. And then eventually it would stop bucking, and then you start, riding the horse. You have to break a horse, dude. I'm telling you. So that's what I did. Long story short. So small town Texas boy, I moved to Clear Lake, which is a lot more like a city.
Yeah.
City folks.
Yeah.
Right? I dropped my accent.
It's where the police officer's not also the guy that cuts hair. A little different from where you're...
And he didn't wear a sheriff's badge. Or chaps. So
had 4 names.
Yeah, so
Billy Bob Joe
it's a little more city folks in the Clear Lake area, region of Texas. And I dropped my accent so I could fit in with you guys, you boys.
Had an accent?
I dropped it, yeah.
No fucking way.
See, you never even knew. That's how good I dropped it, dude. The second I moved to the city, I was a city boy, dude. I dropped that accent. Of course, I grew up in the country.
How do I not know this?
Because I dropped my accent.
We're gonna do a whole podcast.
I wasn't the only guy in the country that didn't have, that didn't have an accent.
Let's do a whole podcast about shit I didn't know.
So anyway, long story short, so I'm looking at, I go to so I transfer from Katy, and Katy didn't have ROTC or anything like that, and we had football, and I was doing all that stuff, and then I transferred from Katy to Clear Lake, and I'm looking at the courses, and there's a course there, and it's called ROTC. Never heard of it before, but I wanted to be in the military, right? So before fighting,
of course,
I got into fighting to make myself a better fighter so I could be in the military and be in special forces and go be like Chuck Norris, That was like my goal at the time. And so there's a course, ROTC, and it was like learn about the military and shoot guns, and it was everything that I was like, oh yeah, hardcore, And then I showed up the first day and it wasn't so hardcore. It was
what?
it was a little different than I thought. It wasn't the military type of people that I expected. And
I will say, there, I'm not here to bag on the ROTC, because there are some guys that were in the ROTC that went on to the military and served
West
the country.
Point, and they go on.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm talking about guys from at least my school that I know, or our school. And
but you bag on me about it.
well, yeah, of course, dude. All you do is make fun of me.
How long did it take me to get out of there, though? Like super fast, and I got back to football.
Years.
Oh, stop! I was
remember
only
you
clear like 2
crying
years.
late at night, saying, "I just want to go back to ROTC."
Stop, dude. Stop.
I think we were
dude.
25. I was like, dude, we're not in
In
high
high
school
school.
anymore.
Yeah. Still crying, huh?
Still, like, I miss ROTC.
Oh my god.
From ROTC to the UFC, now to AKA. Look at you go, buddy.
I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. Hey, it's all part of the journey, bro. So anyway, yeah. And I got in football, and I met you, and
You're welcome.
you weren't so cool, but
I'm sorry?
one thing I learned about ROTC was respect, and I was like, I'll give this guy a chance, And
I introduced you to every single person you hung out with in high school,
yeah.
except one, the guy that introduced us. Rest in peace, JB Mulvaney.
Yeah. Oh.
God bless him. But well, I'm glad that I shaped your future.
I'm glad that you
I
brought
wonder
that up.
where you would be right now if you never met me. You'd probably be fighting like
I'd probably be so successful.
you are successful
No, I'd
with
be,
my help.
Well, it looks like I'm not going to get rid of you either way. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's no what ifs that need to be asked.
I signed a work permit with you, so I'm stuck here.
It's full time. Well, cool, man. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to our podcast. I know we kind of got off topic there a little bit, but
I think that
that's what
was
a podcast is, right?
Yeah.
You get to know
Kinda
each other
nice.
a little bit. Now
I
everybody
can't believe
knows
I got to know you on this podcast.
I was Sergeant Swick in high school. So,
I don't know if you were.
but it
sergeant.
is weird that Mask and the Tap Out crew also said I looked like a G.I. Joe when I got in the UFC. So they call me Sergeant Swick.
a GI Joe.
That's what they said. They said, man, you look like some kind of like your jawline. You look like a G.I. Joe. And so it was Sergeant Swick, Mask.
Your
Rest in peace to him as well.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the greatest guys, dude. Honestly, he was seriously one of the greatest guys. Super cool, super hardworking. One of the co-founders of Tap Out, and man, it was great hanging out. I knew him since the WEC days, way before.
They were selling stuff out
of their cars. They were selling Tap Out clothes out of their cars. Then they eventually got a van.
You just talked to Skyscraper the other day.
Yeah. Scrape just messaged me. Yeah,
Sorry, I haven't shit.
it's crazy, man, crazy. But yeah, he used to call me Sergeant Swick because I look like a GI Joe. He said,
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
he played it up all the time. Yeah, it was cool, man. He was a great guy. Always made you feel good, and he would never hang up from the phone. Little fun fact about Mask, Charles Mask Lewis. He would never just say goodbye and hang up. So in the middle of the conversation,
So you just had to hang up on him?
no, in the middle of the conversation, and everybody who knows Mask can relate to this, and they'll appreciate this. But in the middle of the conversation, as it starts winding down, where you know you're about to go,
Yeah.
he'll say "Swick," click.
Oh.
Yeah, he had to be the one to hang up, and it would never end. Like it would never be like, okay, talk to you later, see you, bye. That whole like awkward thing.
Yeah.
He just forgot about that.
avoided all that,
avoided
huh?
all that. So as it was winding down, like, okay, I'll be at the UFC and I'll see you there. And he's like, Swick.
It's a good technique.
Yeah, not bad, right? Because then I'm stuck. Like, I feel like he got me. Like, fuck, he got
just
me.
wanna call him back.
I wanted to call him back, so I'm like sitting there, like, should I call him back? And then just be as soon as he answers, go Mask, and then hang up or what? But
Nah, you gotta let him have that.
I let him have it, dude. Poor guy, man. Rest in peace, like I said, to Mask, man. He's an amazing individual who helped build one of the biggest brands in the sport, man. At the time when it was the toughest, and they did it from they grinded, bro.
I think we should do it because a lot of people ask on the podcast tell like more like I don't want to say intimate or personal stories, but stuff like I think like we just did.
Yeah.
We don't have to have UFC top level guys every time. Huh?
No.
Maybe we do this a few times for
Just have some fun.
yeah, just for the viewers out there if they want.
Tell embarrassing stories about me and.
Well, I don't have any about me.
Oh,
I didn't do a thing wrong.
next podcast, brother.
Dude, I was in gifted and talented programs. They asked me to skip 5th grade. I got an art scholarship when I was 9.
It's weird. Did you graduate?
Yes,
Oh,
early.
You did.
Early.
You got
From
your
college.
diploma.
From college.
You got your diploma, huh?
No.
Well, what happened that time the teacher came by and asked about your test when you were in school? What happened then? It's good. How long do we have? What happened when they were passing out the tests and someone that I know didn't study, and
I just
came
sat
by and asked
there.
you why you weren't doing the test?
I was like, because I didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
And she goes, if you don't take this test, you're gonna fail the course. And I was like, it's kind of a risk I'm willing to take.
Which was funny, I'll admit.
Yeah, everybody laughed.
At the time, that was pretty funny.
Until she kicked me out. But I did fail the course, but I didn't need it. It was bullshit.
But that doesn't coincide with your whole gifted and talented thing.
Yeah,
so.
it does.
No need to lie to these people, dude.
Dude, I will bring my report card on here. I still have it.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll wrap this up. I know we've had you guys for a while. We don't give too much at one time. We have 22 years of history and a lot of funny stories. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in and for following us. We are about to hit 1 million views. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That's a lot of views. I was looking at like the minutes watched on.
Oh, it's like 11 years.
Yeah, I like looking at the analytics on YouTube, how many minutes has been watched and like which videos. No, it's crazy.
And the subscribers too. Like it seems like
3,600 subscribers already.
Last month you choked me out.
It seems it's going by so fast, man. So thank you guys for all the comments. Please comment on this video. This is a podcast. This isn't a mini cast. So we will give away free training on this podcast. So leave a comment. We will pick one comment on before the next show or during the next show, and we will write your name at the top and say congratulations.
And I'm going to read them out on here. So
yeah, and we're going to go back all the podcasts. If you haven't been picked yet, or there has been a podcast, we're doing that tonight. We're going to make sure every single podcast that we've done has a winner. You win a free package to AKA Thailand. So you can come in, train. It's going to be amazing. And maybe in the podcast room. We might bring you in here. So thanks for the comments. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks for everything. I really appreciate it.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
First 6 months.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Yeah.
We just got to keep it up, and we're starting to now. We're going to try to do 2 and 3 this week. But
think about it. In 6 months from now, we'll be winning Emmys and shit.
I don't know about that, man. But we're trying.
I may forget about it.
We're trying to have fun. I know you would. I just want to say this for the record that if this thing ever gets huge, he's totally going to forget about me.
Yeah.
If he ever gets an opportunity to go somewhere else,
start my own. That's real quick without Mike Swick.
Yeah, and he'd do that in a second. 22 years.
23 now.
Bringing this
2018.
And he'd be gone like this.
I would never do
anyway, thank you guys. Leave a comment, share, subscribe. And we got a lot of good guests coming up. Like I said, Luke Rockhold's coming on this week. So that'll probably be posted at the worst case next Monday, but maybe Friday. And we'll be doing another podcast between that time and now. So we'll have 3 podcasts within the next 8 to 10 days. So
I'm down.
We're catching up, man. We're catching up. We're getting the hang of this.
Yeah.
It's getting fun. We've just been swamped with high season here in Thailand, but we're definitely going to make time for this.
Sounds good. I'm with you.
All right. So thanks for viewing, guys. We appreciate it, and we will talk to you next time.
Gotta end it like this. You know that? Well, you always have to make the noise.
I like the noise. It's like,
I know.
You gonna leave me hanging, dude?
Oh, now we're... I'm never gonna do a noise.
Never?
Anyway, bye, guys.
With Mike Swick.